When I saw Apple announce Creator Studio, a paid subscription anchored onto apps that I've already been using and doing just fine with, thank you very much, my gut reaction was no thanks. But I decided to take another look at it because, well, I mean, Apple's offering it all the time, every time that you open up one of these apps. So in this video, I want to show you a clear comparison between what you get with a paid subscription versus if you're not paying for a paid subscription. So let's dive in. If you already know all of the apps that come in the Creator Studio bundle, you could skip ahead. But I want to share, first of all, what is in the Creator Studio bundle. Without getting into a ton of detail, it's simply this. There are two distinct halves. You've got the productivity app upgrades here. There's Pages, that's your word processing, Keynote, presentation software, Numbers, which is like Excel, spreadsheets, and then Freeform, which is sort of a creative freeform app for your Apple Pencil. Fantastic brainstorming app. I use it quite a bit. So that's one side of it. And then the other side is the Pro creative apps. So that's where you're going to find your Final Cut Pro, your Logic Pro, Motion, Compressor, MainStage, Pixelmator Pro. Some really fantastic apps. So there are two very different value propositions there put together. And that's the key to the whole thing, of whether or not this would be worth it to you. What Creator Studio exclusive features you get by app. And I want to split this up just by the productivity bundle, and then we'll look at the Pro app bundle. So starting with Pages, Keynote, Numbers, and Freeform. Very similar features for each of these are available. So for all four of those, you're getting the premium templates, Content Hub with some really great royalty-free photos and illustrations and graphics you can use however you want. Really good stuff, honestly. Image generation, super resolution where you can upscale images up to 300%, and auto crop, like kind of this AI suggested auto crop that it will do. So that's all available in all four of those productivity apps. Then you have a couple of unique things. So Keynote, especially, it's going to have the ability to generate a presentation from a text outline. I'm pretty nerdy about my presentations, and I don't want AI to create my presentations, but if you're in a pinch, it actually works really well. I mean, if you need a quick presentation, it's not cheesy. I mean, they're really great looking presentations, to be honest. But it will also generate presenter notes, so AI speaker notes as part of the presentation, and then a slide cleanup where it will do some auto layout optimization. So that's Keynote. Numbers, it also adds to those kind of basic features a magic fill. It's a pattern recognition to autofill columns and generate formulas. Kind of a nice feature. I've played around with it a little bit. I think it's going to be a great addition. That alone, of course, wouldn't be worth any kind of upgrade, but it's a nice to have for sure. So that's what you're seeing. Here's the big list for all of the productivity apps and what you're getting as part of the Creator Studio subscription. All right, so let's talk now about the Pro apps. Those apps are different because they don't come with the Mac automatically. You have to purchase these normally. If you're not using Creator Studio, you can buy these one by one and spend a lot of money, and instead of $13 a month. So that's one of the key value adds here, is that you're getting access to all these apps. The question is whether or not you're going to use them. So let's start with Final Cut Pro. If you buy a subscription to Creator Studio, the Mac features are identical, whether you've bought the standalone version for $300 or using the Creator Studio. As of the recording of this video, there is no premium content library right now. Okay. Now, you do have access to the iPad version of Final Cut Pro if you get the Creator Studio. But when it comes to the Mac version of Final Cut Pro, it's the same. So keep that in mind. If you've already bought a Final Cut, it's not going to help you a whole lot to do the subscription. Logic Pro, all Mac features identical to the standalone version. Same thing. Again, if you've already purchased Logic Pro, you're not going to get a whole lot of benefit here with Creator Studio, except you do have access to the iPad app the Logic Pro iPad app, and that is something you cannot purchase standalone anymore. So the only way to get access to the Logic Pro iPad app is to purchase Creator Studio. Now let's move on to Motion, Compressor, and MainStage, these other apps that you would use for video production and other types of filming and production there. All of these are the same thing in that no Creator Studio exclusive features exist for these. Between the standalone app, if you bought it on its own, versus the subscription with Creator Studio. They are the same app. So that's for Motion, Compressor, and MainStage. And then the last Pro app is Pixelmator Pro. You've got a couple of unique features there. Warp tool, where you can do these warp mockups. You can take text and other different things and wrap them around objects, and it's pretty cool. And then image generation via Image Playground, which you've got a couple unique features there with Creator Studio. So the question of value, is this worth it? If you are using these Pro apps, really even one of these Pro apps, I think it's a pretty good value, to be honest. And then you get these other things thrown in. If all you're using in this is the productivity apps like Pages and Keynote and Numbers, I don't think you're going to miss those features that you're having to pay for $13 a month. I would just keep using the app as is. That's just me. Who should subscribe? New users wanting Final Cut or Logic, creative professionals who use a couple of these Pro apps perhaps, educators. That's one thing I didn't mention yet. Educators do get a discount. So you get it's $3 a month. So for $3 a month, that's a no-brainer even with like the productivity side of it, the content and all of that. Families using family sharing across 6 people, that could be a yes there. The maybe, people who really want the AI and asset library with Keynote and Pages and all of that. Man, if you're just a casual user of these apps, I would say the subscription is probably not for you. So the final verdict, basically, it depends on your situation. What of these apps are you using? And, there is a 1-month free trial with this, and that 1-month free trial can make it a little easier to make up your mind. And you can cancel it in your iCloud settings if you decide, you know what, I'm not going to go ahead with it. I do wish things would have been a little more clear from the start from Apple, but I hope this video helps you make a decision as you're trying to figure out whether or not you want to drop $13 a month. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if this is helpful to you, and would love to have you as a subscriber. We will see you on the next one.